It's a very quick video around 3 easy steps to ensure that you leave a lasting impression when you meet someone for that first time. This was an awesome question that got sent to me last week, and so I thought I'd do a quick video to share with you the 3 easy steps that I use to ensure that we leave a lasting impression. So it's wonderful to welcome you. Make sure you say hi if you're listening in live. If you're listening to this as a post recording, a big hi to you. As always, if you are loving what you hear by the end of this video, please ensure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Lots and lots of videos being loaded into there every single week. You'll see there's a little bell there too. Click that so that you can get noticed when new content gets loaded up. And thank you to all of you that are following me so far. The other place that we can connect, and I'd love you to jump on over to my Facebook group. This group is called the Networking Matrix, and it is here where we are actively connecting as entrepreneurs, as business owners. It's where I am sharing lots of tips, lots of skills to help you improve your networking skills so that ultimately you can find and build those really great strategic partnerships that are going to help you scale your business to achieve the goals that you want. So jump on over to there after this video. I'd love to see you there, and let's connect there too. So let's get on with today. I'm just going to put up the chat so I can see if anyone is joining us. Big high five to you. So let me get straight into it. 3 easy steps of how you can make sure you leave a lasting impression. Now, it's so critical, isn't it? Every single day, we are having the opportunity to meet potential business leads, potential collaborative partners, potential people that are actually going to help us scale our business or help us fast track that career success. The question is, what do you do after you've met them for the first time? Because here are the problems that I'm hearing. The first problem is that we meet someone, we have that buzz of that initial conversation. We're like pumped and fired to go out there and do whatever it is that they shared, or to reconnect, or to follow up when they say, let's catch up next week, let's further this conversation next week. And then that conversation goes nowhere. You know what I'm talking about. So the first problem is those connections that we make, those leads that we come across, they just go nowhere. The second problem is that time gets away with us. So you may have the very real intention of following up 24 hours later, of sending that email, of catching up again in a month's time for lunch or a coffee, of sending that information you've said, but somehow time just gets away from us, right? Sometimes time just goes, and suddenly the week has gone, the fortnight's gone, the month has gone, the 3 months, the 6 months, the 12 months, and then bang, out of nowhere you go, oh my gosh, I haven't followed up with that person. Now you've entered into that arena of how do I reconnect? So second challenge is time gets away from us. Third challenge is sometimes things just become a waste of time. You know, I don't know how many times I've spoken to people where they've questioned me on what is the return on investment of networking, Janine. I put so much time and energy into meeting people, into connecting with people, into finding out about them, and then it just goes nowhere. And this waste of time, this lack of result gets in the way of you leaving a lasting impression. So the 3 big problems are the lead goes nowhere, that connection, that initial connection goes nowhere. The second one is that time runs away with us, and suddenly we're 3-6 months down the line from when you met that awesome person with that incredible information, with that possible collaborative partnership, with that potential business deal. And the third thing is, because of 1 and 2, the return on the investment goes in decline, and it just becomes a whole waste of time. So here is how to ensure that you leave a lasting impression. 3 really easy steps that I use every single day. And essentially, they revolve around think, ask, do. So the 3 steps are not think, thank, ask, do. Thank, ask, do. These are your 3 steps for leaving a lasting impression. Number 1 step, thank. Here's what I want you to know. Thank you is no longer enough. It's just not enough anymore. Thank you is what we say to the barista. It's what we say to the Uber driver. It's what we say to our kids when they finally remember to stack or unstack the dishwasher. You know, thank you is just no longer enough. I want you to try and go 1 step further. And this step number 1 is to say, to be intentional about thank you for. Add that 3-letter word on the end of thank you. Thank you for. Now, what this does is it forces you to be intentional about giving back some incredible, the gift of thanks, the gift of feedback, sharing the impact that that particular person or that connection has had with you. So, you know, thank you for that conversation about. Thank you for that introduction. Thank you for sharing with me that information. Thank you for suggesting that I do X, Y, or Z. Thank you for the time you spent with me talking about my career or my business challenges. Like, be really specific. I want you to go, thank you for, and make sure you add something to that. Now, here's the thing, right? Step number 1, thank, can happen either in person, and it can happen subsequently with a quick text, with an email, with a LinkedIn connection. Saying thank you for shows an intentionality around the impact that that particular connection, meeting of minds, conversation has had on you. So step number 1, thank you for. Step number 2, ask. What I mean here is move into step number 2 and absolutely every single time ask that person, is there anything I can do for you? Is there anything I can do for you? So thank you for blah, 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 blah. Step number 2, is there anything I can do to help you? I do this at the end of every single meeting, at the end of every single phone call, at the end of every single Zoom Connect. Thank you for, is there anything I can do for you? It doesn't matter the hierarchy, the level, just being intentional. Thank you shows that you have respected the time and the gift that that time has had on you. Asking, number 2, if there's anything I can do for you, this is the art of reciprocity starting to kick in. Now, most times, I'll be really honest, most people where I do that haven't actually thought about it. I reckon probably 95% of the times where I ask that, the response has been, oh my goodness, Janine, I haven't actually thought about that. Can I get back to you on that? So don't worry, don't let the concern about, oh my gosh, I'm going to get asked something that I can't help with, stop you from doing this. Ask shows that you are entering into the relationship being fueled by reciprocity. So step number 1, thank. Step number 2, ask. Step number 3, do. Now, this is the one where most people fall down. What do I mean by do? Do means that you have to take ownership of determining, of remembering the next step. Do is about you putting into your calendar when you are going to follow up again, and then making sure you take the action and you actually follow through. So, for example, you may put in your calendar in 2 weeks' time to connect with that person that you met. Now, I'm not saying that you have to have a big full-blown lunch or coffee catch-up or half-hour meeting. What I am saying is the do is about you taking control of taking action of the next step. You could send an email follow-up, checking in. You could send some light touch text message. I've been thinking about our meeting that we had. I thought I'd give you an update on where I'm at. You could forward something that you've read that you know will be of interest to them, or a TED Talk, or a podcast. The point here is it is absolutely up to you to take the action and to nurture the relationship. Now, most people don't do those 3 steps. Most people will connect at a networking event, they'll connect online, they'll meet on the side of a rugby field, they'll have a chat in an Uber on the way home, and they'll say, oh, it'd be great if we can have a coffee again. I'd love to follow up on that. And then it goes into silence. It goes into crickets. So the 3 really easy steps to ensure that you leave a lasting impression are, again, number 1, well, it's 3 steps: think, ask, do. Think, ask, do. It's not think. I keep saying think. Thank, ask, do. Thank, ask, do. Thank, 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 thank. Thank you for. Thank you for. Thank you is no longer enough. Add the 3 letters, the single word for on the end, and be intentional about what you are thanking that person for. The impact that they have had, the conversation they've shared, the introduction that they have made, the insight that they have given. Thank you for. Step number 1. Step number 2, ask. Is there anything I can do for you? Is there anything I can help you with? Is there anyone that I know that you would love an introduction to? Be intentional about asking and starting to trigger off the art of reciprocity. And number 3, do. It is your responsibility to schedule in your calendar the follow-up. Just put it in your calendar as a reminder to reconnect with that person that you've met. These 3 actions, thank, ask, and do, will absolutely step you above what the majority of the population have been doing. Oh, welcome, Diana. She's saying that she's been doing it since we caught up at PCNA Convening Leader. How are you, Diana? I hope you are well. My goodness, that was just an incredible session that we had when we were allowed to travel, right? Wonderful to have you here. Okay, so if you have any questions, stick them in there. As I said, the 3 steps: thank, ask, do. Thank you for, ask. Is there anything I can do for you? Do. Put it in your calendar to follow up, to reconnect, to send something, to do a light touch. This is how we build connections. This is how we nurture connection. Networking is not about how many people you can meet, handing out your business cards, or the 7 easy steps to. Networking is connecting. Connecting is about being yourself. And being yourself is all about being human. And with that, you have to absolutely be committed to ensuring that when you connect, you are doing this transfer of humanity. And the 3 easy steps of thank you for, ask, is there anything I can do for you, and do, scheduling that follow-up, will ensure that you are nurturing that relationship and ensuring that every single connection is one where there is a transfer of humanity. Please follow me, as I've shared before, on, let me find these graphics, over on YouTube if you're loving what you're hearing. And I'd love to see you over on my Facebook group, the Networking Matrix. This is where we connect as business owners, as entrepreneurs, as people that are curious about how do you build more effective, deeper, exponential, transformational connections that will absolutely allow you to scale your business and your career and achieve the goals that you want. I will see you later this week. I will be back online on Wednesday. If you've got any questions, be sure to message me, Janine@janinegarner.com.au. Have a truly awesome day, and I'll see you next time.